guys, when you come in, you tune into the live stream, you come in early, you're going to get the shot for the picture early. So you have an advantage over everyone else. You can study the picture for a few seconds, but you can only see it on screen. Let's go. Good morning, my friends. It's your old pal, Peace, Love, Music, with another episode of the Let's Go Good Morning Show, brought to you live by DeOrganized.media in partnership with our amazing friends at Bitcoin Live Decentralized Broadcasting. It is Thursday, another week flying by. I can't help but say it. I feel like time's speeding up. At least my perception of it is. Maybe it's just a factor of getting old. I don't know. But it definitely, days just keep going by faster and faster. Weeks now seem like to go by like days used to. And it's going by quick. It's going by quick. So pay attention. Mind your time well. One thing that is a limited, finite resource is time. It's all you got. And that's it. So make the most of it. Lots happening in the space. Big thing happening at 9 a.m. We will be covering, so in just about 22 minutes, we will be covering the DeGrants Cohort 3 launch space. We will actually be co-hosting that with the Stacks organization. Ileana, Hero Gamer will be on stage. And we want all of the community to come out. This is a community project. It is shaped by the community. Decisions get made by the community. Opportunity for leadership in the Stacks community happens at DeGrants, and DeGrants Cohort 3 is happening. We got double the funding from Cohort 2. This is a great opportunity to fund bootstrapping new projects in the ecosystem in Stacks. If you're building on Bitcoin, you want to build on the leading layer too. Stacks is where it's at. And there are other grant programs, but this is a community-funded, community-backed, community-run grant program happening at 9 a.m. is the space. Tune in. I'm going to talk about it like 3 more times. For those that do play Find to Earn rounds regularly with us at 9:30, we're going to run the Find to Earn rounds at 10 at the end of the space. The space will run from 9 to 10. Hard stop at 10 on today's space. And then we will be continuing live through the space. At 10 a.m. we will launch the Find to Earn rounds. So we will have rounds today just a little bit later than normal. Looking forward to playing with you all today. Friendly reminder, this is a news show. We are providing news and information, some education, hopefully some entertainment, never financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. Never invest money you cannot afford to lose. We can't say that enough. It's important that you guys don't rely on others to make your decisions for you. You are empowered to make your own decisions. So take that power. Don't give it to somebody else, anybody else. We're just here to help provide you some information. You make your own decisions and do what's best for you. And we really mean that. We don't want you to buy or sell based on what we think about anything. That being said, Bitcoin coming in 113,204 seems to maybe have found that support at 112. Ethereum actually at 42.76, actually up 2% over the last 24 hours. That's good news. It does seem like things are stabilizing. The Fed is telegraphing rate cuts. I think we will see rate cuts in September. Still a ways to go. Might be a little rocky getting there, or it might bake in getting there. We'll see what happens. Stacks holding steady, about even from where it was yesterday at 66.21 cents. Moving up 1 spot to number 71 by market cap on CoinMarketCap. Fear and Greed Index actually up a little bit to 50. Still in that neutral range. And the top 3 gainers as of right now on CoinMarketCap are OKB, Morpho, never heard of it, and Pendle, Aave, Link, Sonic, Pudgy Penguins, Pengu. I never, guys, we had Agent Hustle on yesterday, and I'm just playing around with it a little bit. I put a small amount of Solana in there. I chatted with the chatbot for a while just about how to identify good tokens, what they look like, and then how to analyze the market for solid tokens on the platform. It created a trade strategy. It's deployed. I'm up like, probably $5 on a roughly $50, $47 investment. So good gains for a day, and it's gonna seek profit over a 3-day. I'll keep you guys updated. Definitely interesting, and it's not a you can't just say make me money and have it work. It won't work like that. You got to prompt. We have our AI guys that are our AI guild that's working on prompting. Cool stuff going on though. I have to say, really interesting so far. My first time playing around with it. Once I realized I could actually sign up and just have a new wallet set up according to my X handle and connect with my X handle and then just fund that wallet instead of actually connecting one of my other wallets to the platform. I felt a little bit more comfortable with it that way. Put a small amount in there. Like I said, it was $40-something worth. It was about a quarter of a Solana. I don't have a lot of Solana. I'm not a big Solana guy, but I'm interested in new tech. And it was cool. So just saying, it was interesting stuff going on. Really would love to see that kind of a functionality coming to Stacks. I think it would be a huge game changer for the ecosystem and would love to see that happen. We'll see how it goes. I know that there are other projects in the Stacks ecosystem that are kind of gearing towards the same kind of functionality. Shout out Satoshi AI. They have, like, their model is very close to the same concept. It just it doesn't seem to have been built out quite as far yet, but it's trending in the same direction. Also, the AI BTC dev guys are cranking on some stuff over there. They have some really interesting tools coming to the ecosystem. I'm sure there's more to come. So lots of interesting things happening in AI and the merging of AI and crypto, and it's happening. It's happening in front of us as we go on our day-to-day. It just keeps popping up in the Stacks ecosystem. By the way, Stacks has low fee transactions, fast, sub 5 second, under a penny transactions, proof of transfer security, native Bitcoin rewards, and SBTC for being deployed into a robust Bitcoin-centric DeFi ecosystem on Stacks. Hermetica is offering 6% on your US dollar stablecoin USDH, which is backed by Bitcoin. More to come from Hermetica, so stay tuned. But you can actually earn 6% on your dollars, and that goes up as high as 25%. It usually hovers in the teens, so you're getting really great rewards on your US dollar stablecoin. It's backed by Bitcoin, it's on Bitcoin, and it's happening on Stacks. Over at Stacking DAO, we are looking at 9.37% on STSTX today. You get 9.54% if you're stacking with native regular stacking yields, securing the network and participating in proof of transfer. Or you can also get a liquid STSTX BTC and earn SBTC at 9.09% over at Stacking DAO. Buddy, the Wonder Pup is going crazy. Let's check out what's happening in the news today. I don't know if you guys can hear the dog, but he wants people to come play with him. He just does. This is his time. He wants to go run around, and no one's available right now this morning. But I hope he's not too disruptive. He's loud to me. Uh, in the news today, oh, first and foremost, hold on a minute. Why is this? This isn't right. It's coming in out of order. All right. We went over the market update. Asia's wealthy turn to crypto. This is going to be a little bit conflicting with other stuff, but we'll see where it goes. High net worth investors across Asia are increasingly treating Bitcoin and crypto as a core holdings in their portfolios. UBS reports that Chinese family offices are targeting around 5% crypto exposure, a sharp jump from priority allocations. These investors are using sophisticated strategies such as arbitrage and market neutral plays, reflecting a shift from speculative trading to structured portfolio management. Regulatory clarity in the region and improved market infrastructure are fueling this adoption, positioning Asia as a leading driver of institutional crypto capital flows. There's going to be a conflicting report in a minute, and so I just want to get to it. But the Winklevoss twins are in the news again today. Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss have injected $21 million into the Digital Freedom Fund PAC, one of the largest single political contributions from crypto leaders to date. The PAC is focused on supporting pro-crypto Republican candidates heading into the 2026 elections, opposing central bank digital currencies, and defending the rights of peer-to-peer developers. The move underscores crypto's growing presence in U.S. politics and aligns with former President Trump's pro-crypto policy stance, setting up a significant election cycle where blockchain policy could be a decisive wedge issue. That's interesting. I also want to see, do you guys think that this is better? Is this better? Let me know. I'm going to do it like this for a little while. See if this comes out better. What's up, Crypt Titty? How you doing today, brother? It's going to be a legendary day. That's true. There's so much going on in the ecosystem, man. Crazy stuff. Also, I just realized that the puppy went crazy because our milkman shows up on Thursday morning, and that's probably what he was going crazy for. My sister's about to leave for work, so he's probably gonna bark more at her. So stay tuned. Bitcoin signals bearish shift. Market data from Deribit shows the 180-day call put skew has fallen to its most negative level in more than 2 years, signaling traders are bracing for downside risk. This shift in sentiment is arriving just ahead of the Jackson Hole Economic Symposium, where investors expect commentary on interest rate policy that could impact risk assets. Combined with declining open interest in bullish options, the data suggests traders are hedging against price drops, raising concern that Bitcoin may enter a bearish phase in the short term after its recent strong rally. That's a decent possibility, I would say, at this point, of that happening. BTC demand cools in Asia. This is why it's conflicting with what we just were talking about. The Asian markets. In Asian markets, the surge of Bitcoin demand is showing signs of slowing. According to OKX executive Gracie Lin, crypto capital is getting more selective, with investors rotating away from weaker altcoins and focusing instead on Ethereum and top-tier assets that show resilience. The broader alt season narrative has faded as liquidity tightens. The institutional investors appear cautious ahead of macroeconomic decisions. The trend highlights a market transition where quality assets are rewarded while speculative tokens struggle to attract significant flows. I would be selective about what I put my money in at this point in the game. No risk, no reward, but I would not make lottery bets on small caps unless I really know the project and what their roadmap is and have a lot of information and conviction on them. Kanye's YZY coin sparks debate. Bitcoin slipped slightly while Ethereum, Solana, and XRP posted modest gains. The standout story, however, was the launch of YZY Money, a Solana-based meme coin tied to Kanye West. Agent Hustle did not tell me to invest in that token, by the way. Its volatile trading debut has reignited debates around crypto regulation, particularly regarding celebrity-backed tokens that can attract massive retail attention but pose significant risks. Maybe the population just actually, retail attention needs to learn not to jump at stuff like that, because why where's the value in a YZY coin? Like, it doesn't make sense. But regulators and market commentators are split on whether these projects should face stricter oversight, while traders weigh the potential for cultural hype against the hazards of speculative bubbles in meme coins. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Like, that's a silly thing to get into. I mean, unless you're early in and you can buy in early, and good luck to you. And is it ethical at that point? There's better projects that are more legit than something like that. It's just not going to happen that way. So, learn your lesson before you get burned on stuff like that, please. Institutions eye key levels. Should make this bigger. Institutions eye key levels. August. Institutional investors are closely watching support levels across major cryptocurrencies as volatility defines August trading. Analysts suggest current market ranges may represent strategic entry points, particularly as speculation builds around Federal Reserve policy. Shifting institutional sentiment combined with macroeconomic uncertainty has created a cautious but optimistic environment. Large players are evaluating whether to increase exposure at these levels, underscoring the growing role of macro conditions in shaping short-term crypto price action. Polymarket bets on a Fed cut. I agree, by the way. I think the Fed's definitely cutting in September. I knew they were not cutting in July. Said it over and over again. I think that they will have to cut in September, though they would prefer not to if they could avoid it, because politics. Prediction markets on Polymarket are assigning a 70% probability that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates at the September meeting. For crypto traders, this represents a key macro signal, as a dovish pivot could provide tailwinds for Bitcoin and Ethereum. With inflation moderating but economic growth slowing, the market expects the Fed to err on the side of stimulus. Traders are watching closely since rate cuts typically weaken the dollar and boost risk assets, setting up potential bullish momentum if the prediction materializes. So they're going to cut rates because the economy is not growing as fast as they want to. We're not getting as much. We're below target inflation technically, or on a number of measures, things look rough, and I think the economy needs a little bit of jolt. So by cutting rates, they make it easier to borrow money. And when big businesses and companies can borrow more money, that means they have more money to grow, more money for development, more money for hiring, and more money trickles out into the economy. And that's why you're going to see prices go up on risk assets, or assets that appreciate against the value of the dollar. That's basically it. That's really basically the all there is to it. It's simple. They cut rates, prices on assets go up. ETF flows on August 20th. This is 2 days in a row now. Bitcoin spot ETF saw a net outflow of $523 million, led by Fidelity's FBTC at $246.9 million and GBTC at that's grayscale, $115.5 million. Ethereum's ETF also posted $422 million in net outflows, with Fidelity down $156 million and Grayscale down $122 million, topping redemptions. Notice you're not seeing the same outflows from BlackRock, who generally get the most inflows. At the latest town hall, the Stacks Foundation outlined milestones, scaling upgrades post-Nakamoto, accelerating SBTC adoption, and pushing DeFi and AI integrations. UX improvements across wallets and dev tools were spotlighted as key to ecosystem growth. And there's a write-up by Rick from the foundation, the Stacks Foundation, at the Stack Snacks. If you guys aren't familiar, by the way, Stack Snacks is every week. Rick gives us an update of what's happening. There's lots of intel and alpha there. If you're not following or going to check those out, you should be. Again, reiterating, at 9 a.m. in just about 4 minutes, I got to wrap up the news here. At 9 a.m., join the Stacks community live for DeGrants Cohort 3 space, a deep dive into supporting builders. This is for the community to get engaged and get involved. DeGrants is a community project. This isn't a group of people running it. This is a space for the community to come together. We don't know how it's going to be. It's up to you to get involved. We got to come together and figure out how we want to move this project forward for Cohort 3. It starts today at 9 a.m. Tune in at 9 a.m. today so we can get into that. Just the calendar for today, whatever morning, great conversations going on with Web3 Binta every day. It's the way to get your good vibe going with the good vibe deorganized tribe, Web3 Binta, GPSC, myself. We get in there, we talk, we got all the chads coming up in the ecosystem, and we get our day started. We talk about what's up for the day before our news show. We do this every day, Monday through Friday. We have normally find to earn rounds at 9:30. Those will come up at 10 o'clock. I just told you about the DeGrants Cohort kickoff at 9. Tune in then. At 11 a.m., we will be going over to Bitcoin Pepe Touch Grass with the Pepe Coin Stacks community, Mark, Fleets, and the gang. Nobody famous. I would have tagged you on here, but for some reason, I can't get your @ handle to come up when I'm in the organized account, and I just always at the last minute when I'm trying to do this, so I don't have time to go look it up, but Nobody Famous will be there as well. It's a great time. Hang out at noon, brought to you by Deorganized Media. We produce Bitcoin and Beyond for Melanie every day, every week at noon. She's got great guests all the time, and this week is no exception. We got Joe Vizzani from Lunar Crush coming on to chat with Mel about all sorts of stuff. It's going to be a great time. Tune in then. And at 5:30 p.m., Dave and Landy show, all things crypto. Get in, check them out. If you want to get on the calendar, get over to deorganized.media and get your account set up and let us know. And that is the news for the day. Let me bring on the homies real quick before we have to jump. I have to go help co-host the show in 2 minutes. GP, what's up, man?
Good morning. Good morning. Game day. Let's go. Big
Game
kickoff.
day.
Inbound. Let's go.
And the root general. He's not just the AI assassin. He is the root general. What is up, sir?
What's up?
Awesome. Can you
Yes,
hear
sir.
me?
Yes, sir. So I'm going.
I don't know what Elon was doing to me, but
I did see that actually. You were having trouble getting up. I don't know if you actually ever got into the space or not.
Too based.
I didn't. So yeah, I was trying to log on different accounts. I don't know what was happening, so I had to restart everything.
Oh, that's nuts, man. That's nuts. Let me
Yeah, I can handle the show if you want to go jump on to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go jump in that space, and I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna mute the tab. I won't be able to hear you guys talking, but I'm gonna share my screen once the space starts.
So we should be able to hear from
You should be able to hear what's going on. Well, and if you can, you should be able to hear what I got going on. I just won't be able to hear you guys.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll handle this, and then I'll be jumping in there as well, so I can chime in. So we can just let that be known. That way, you know, if I'm called upon, I can be paying attention and answering the questions.
Right, and I don't know if you guys caught the memo, but we're gonna run Find to Earn at 10.
Yeah.
So not our normal time, but just a half an hour later, and that should be fine.
So another YZY token. Another YZY token.
Yeah, seriously, it's so dumb. Like, why, guys? Why?
How does it? You can't make this.
Another pump and dump.
What'd you say, Hannah?
Yo, I said another pump and dump from Yay.
Another one.
You know, he always does that.
Yeah, guys, stay away. Stay away from that stuff, for real. All right, I do see the show kicking off, so
Dope.
I'm gonna mute you guys. I'll be back. I'll let you know what's going on.
Solid.
Awesome.
Yeah, so last night, Crypto Dude was up cooking on Cryptonauts all night long. He's got the Gigaverse Lounge put together for, Giga Pepe V2 holders. Be able to go in there and kick it. and then there's a little special teleporter that's put in there too.
GM, what's up, everybody?
Here we go. Trying to find this space. Maybe we can get it pulled up on here too, so we can cover it.
GP,
Yeah.
your date is wrong, GP.
What is it? The date? Oh, the date.
Your date behind you is wrong. You are in October.
How am I in
bro.
October at a time like this?
Yeah, bro.
How did this happen?
You are ahead of time, bro.
2 months ahead, bro. At a time like this? Really? Really? All right. Let me see if I can't pull up the space real quick. And
Yeah, super excited about this. Where we love what's happening.
boom. And let's see. Go to this. I'll share my screen.
Yeah, share and let's see
And I'll drop a
what
link
you've been
to-
cooking with the.
To the space as well. So anybody that wants to jump in there, they can. All right. So doing this, and then sharing the screen. Let's listen in and see what's going on with the cohort number 3.
I'm the connection.
So it's more
between the
like a
community for
live,
tax grants and
reaction
helping
of
us
it?
organize it.
Yeah, kinda.
For DeGrants.
I mean, I wanna take part
and
in
helping
this
us organize it as a
space as
community.
well,
So she'll be here
but,
with us for that. I
we've got
want to
Peace
also
doing that,
recognize
as long as
Hero
we got one
Gamer
person
for
repping
all of
PC,
the
wasn't
work he
right?
did in just building this out of
Kinda
nothing.
weird seeing,
Just kind of figuring out how to get the
Malcolm
community
here.
engaged and be part of this. And also the efforts of
Yeah.
all of the contributors, all of the stewards. There were so many people: Melanie, Hattie, Gordon, Davek. I'm gonna miss people because there was a lot of contribution. Trippin' Monkey, Diego was part of it. Zero. That so many people contributed. Hamish, I see you in there. Like, there's a lot.
Oh, so you want to
of
chime in?
People
Yeah,
involved.
they asked
Nieta,
me.
I'm gonna miss people,
Hard.
and I apologize because there was
Don't know
such a
how.
huge amount of people that contributed
well
to pull this
it'll turn
forward.
out.
So
And
probably
that's
maybe
what
you
we're
can
here
get
to
some.
talk about today. Most
Get
of
some
all
questions
is
from the
community
audience.
engagement piece.
Let's see
here.
here.
We
So
need you guys to contribute and be engaged and be a part of it.
dog rivalry there. Buddy.
Ileana, can you
Forwarding
forward
megaphone.
me that notion?
Oh, beautiful. Okay, it's not showing for me, classic. But yeah, thanks for this
I
quick
think
intro.
what Crypto was saying, I think
As we
there
just
was
mentioned then,
like a
yeah, I'm
beef
with the
behind the
Slack Foundation.
dog,
I'm not
and
here to kind
it was
take
barking.
over
So I
Hero.
think
Me
that
and
is
Hero
why
been
he
working
said
together
the
last
classic
week.
milkman dog
And
rivalry.
I'm just
Yeah,
here kind
Buddy
of to
was
help
going off
facilitate
this morning.
as we get into it. We're gonna go kind of through what we've been looking into and kind of have a little bit of a throwback to cohort 1 and 2, which Hero is gonna kick off, and then we're gonna go into what we see cohort 3 being. And with that, kind of obviously bring everyone on stage. Feel free to jump in, request to speak. And this is a whole hour that's dedicated to really creating the next version of cohort 3 and what you guys want that to look like. So I guess I'll hand it over to Hero to get going. Do you want to kind of do a little bit of a throwback for cohort 2, like we mentioned?
Yeah, sure. Happy to. Hi, everybody. As you know, we've been together through this, through thick and thin over the past couple of years. Yeah, so I really appreciate everybody still, showing up. That's one of the most important thing. Keep consistent, showing up. So really appreciate you guys coming here today. So, cohort 2. We have many leaders in the house. Please, if you have been an instrumental part of the cohort 2, or observer, or a grantees, or a steward, please come up. I want to hear from you because I want to hear what you think, what we did well, what were the wins that we can celebrate, what was your highlight, I want to hear your experiences, the good and bad, the ugly. So yeah, come tell us a little bit. So Melanie, how about we start with you? I know you were basically my right hand woman, and Hattie was like my left hand man. So let me start with you, Melanie.
Thanks so much for that. I like it. Right hand woman and left hand man. That's it. Venus and Mars, right? Okay, awesome. I'm so excited to be here. And thanks for the introduction, Hero. Appreciate it. I think on that note, I just want to start off by saying for those who weren't there and for those who were, a little bit of a throwback to how it all began. The first thing Hero did, and I think that really set the tone for the entire experience, was he held all the meetings in public. And I think that's what made it so unique. And it really did get attention. I mean, I think in cohort 2, we kind of finally realized what we had done with this very special experience. And basically, the way it was set up was that everything was held out in public. Every meeting, all the documents were available for people to read. So there was nothing that was done behind closed doors. And I think, if you look at learnings from previous or from any other grants program out there, when you have your winners, there's often a case of like, oh, well, that was backhanded, or that person got that because of that. And we just simply had none of that. So I think it was this huge open participation, which really worked. I think when we moved over to cohort 2, the real glaring difference between the two was that in cohort 1, we kind of had it all mashed together. So we had 1 or 2 spaces where I think 1 or 2 or 3 a week, whatever it was, but builders came, artists came. We kind of had a real mix of melting pot, I think, of what went on in each spaces. And when we got to cohort 2, we split it up. So we had like the NFTs, the builders, the basically all the 5 tracks. We had 5 tracks and we had a blue sky track. So I think what was special about it, the 2 points really for me, was that we had it all out in open. We made our mistakes out in the open. We made our wins out in the open. We really had a sense of community, and we saw a growth in activity in the Stacks ecosystem. We made a lot of friends, and a lot of people from that are in this room today. One of them is Peace. Deorganized case. Look at that success. Where are the metrics even that you can measure that? It's just like massive, right? Deorganized. We have, I think, a huge growth in Zero Authority. Even though I don't think there were grants there, I think there was a huge collaboration between what we were doing. Huge questions being asked. How can we help? And they would be in the spaces and literally, after the spaces and listening to everybody talk, be going, okay, what can we do here? How can we work here? So I think so much. We had a Trip and Monkey, the incredible experience that we had with him throughout the cohort. So I just want to shout out a couple of people that I do see in the audience, that specifically that I can see kind of in the top 3, that top couple of rows that really stood out. So yeah, I just think it was this incredible experience. I think we also did a little bit with proof of work, which kind of took it even one step further, where we were going, okay, we've rewarded people historical new grants, forward grants, but I think what we were learning as well was how I think easier is the word, I can't think of the right word, where it is to validate people who've already done the work. And that was another huge learning as well. DeOrganized Media started with $140. That's it. We have, if you look historically at other grants, you can give out $10,000, $15,000. Nothing comes from that. So I think, proof of work, the rewards that should go to something like DeOrganized Media. Yes, they started off, but they've proved what they can do, and we've seen a lot of that. So yeah, I think just a beautiful experience for me, and I can't wait to see how that moves over to cohort 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Let's. I want to one final spicy take to round your round you up. Yeah, give me a learning that we should improve. Like what did we fall short?
I think we should look at one of the biggest problems was, okay, we're using this $50,000, how do we make that work better for us? I think for me, that was it. We kind of ended a lot of conversation towards the end was about that. How do we make this thing? So I've put a lot of thoughts into that, looking at how do we find, how do we bring the community also into funding this? Things like, for example, NFT-enabled voting and backing, where we use NFTs, we use minting to not crowdfund, but just to get a sense of are you going to use this community and stacks, 2 stacks, just to kind of I think we need some sort of media and now we've got it with DeOrganized. I think we could have done better there. Although at the same time, the grassroots media development community development was incredible. But I think that to me, so the match funding, I would look at how do we get match funding coming in? How do we do a bigger entrepreneurship? How do we teach people to not only to take their idea and create an actual functional business out of what they're doing? So I think marketing and entrepreneurship learnings are very important, and I think looking at match funding things. So those are kind of things I would.
Okay, awesome. Let's hear from, just because we're a little bit short of time today. I know it's still early, but it's quite a big agenda trying to get through in 1 hour. Love to hear from another person, and then we can try and move on to the next segment. Let's hear from maybe like we just heard from steward perspective, like you were one of the lead stewards. Any applicants like who's applied? Anybody down there who were like a recipient of the fund, and the process you went through? Would love to hear from you. So and also like everybody just like request to jump up or please get some people up.
Yeah, we have. I think we have like one more seat left on the dock here. And I can definitely speak to that as far as.
Oh, okay.
Benai's coming up as well. Benai, I think, was also a recipient, so that would be great. Benai,
he didn't. No, Benaya wasn't. From my memory.
I thought he was. Let me.
No, I just want to put my hand up here, and who I would also love to hear from is Benta. I can see her in the audience because she was involved with the proof of work side, and I think it would be interesting to hear from Peace because he had a huge experience in the application side of things, and I think Zero, and also I'd like, if Benta wants to come up, it would be awesome to hear from her because she was a recipient in the proof of work side of things.
And just to help people head around the proof of work, when we said that it was a branding, we said proof of work. It was actually really good branding, I think. But in the typical grant landscape, they would call it a retroactive fund, meaning we give you the money. You bring the receipt, we give you the money. You bring the impact receipt, we give you the money. It's a much easier way to fund somebody rather than a typical forward-looking grant. You're anticipating if that person can produce the impact. Sometimes even good people think they can produce the impact, but cannot produce the impact. So just two very sort of big categories of grants. One is forward-looking grants, typical grants, and the other one is retroactive. So yeah.
Yeah,
I guess whilst we wait for perfect. I was going to say, Stephen, let's get your take on this whilst we wait for one more person to come up.
Sure, and I keep trying to approve Benai's request. I'm not sure if we maybe have a full house. I thought we had one more seat left, but
I'll stick
I'm
on.
gonna keep trying to get you on, man. But just to talk to the process. Part of the application process is a valuable tool just for helping new founders, new builders shape out their idea. You got to come across, if you're going to apply for funding, it forces you to actually develop your idea. So just that is a healthy a good step forward towards developing anything. And my opinion, first and foremost, short of the money, is the conversation and engagement and networking effect that the DeGrants process has on the whole ecosystem. That's really the glue. That's really the value there, is having gotten an opportunity to meet so many founders and contributors to the ecosystem and build relationships with them and leverage those over time as I'm building out my project. That's the value here. The money is secondary, or at least to me. I didn't need as much funding to start. I actually asked for no money. They made me take $140. I could absolutely use more funding now, by the way, but that's not where DeOrganized is. This would be a different kind of funding. So what DeGrants is for is bootstrap funding for new projects that need a little bit of help to get off the ground, get some tooling or some help with apps or stuff they need or whatever, and just kind of move it forward a little bit and then integrate them into the community. That's the value I see out of this process. I'm going to try to get you up again, Benai.
Just a beautiful point there that I want to reiterate what Peace said, is the networking effect of this was incredible. And the fact that we had, different spaces every day. We, at that time when this began, we literally, I think Nyeta and I were the only people that were having spaces at some point, our art on Stack Space. And we even remember, I remember her and I saying like, oh my God, do you think people think we're weird, But, after the DeGrants 2, we were having spaces every single day. We had leads running these things, and each day you had like the builder space, and all the builders would come together. And some people we found during the course of this would come into the program saying they're going to build X. They would then talk about their idea in their spaces that was particularly around, say, NFTs. Not only artists, but people who wanted to build for artists. And that was what was so interesting. And I mentioned Trippin' Monkey here because he would come in and we would have such interesting conversations where artists could learn what was actually possible from builders, rather than just builders talking like technical stuff, which we don't understand. So
I want to get we are a little bit beyond schedule already.
Sorry.
But I want to get Benai up. Benai, what's up, man? How are you doing? What do you got for us today?
Hey, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Happy to be here. Happy to see DeGrants back. It's awesome. I want to just share some feedback on the question I think Ileana asked. Hey there, Ileana. During the beginning of this call, I think like what worked and why was this a successful program, and why had this such an impactful mark on the ecosystem. And I think to me what stuck out was, before I say my remarks, I'll just say I think we all in the Stacks have like some kind of love-hate relationship with like Stacks Foundation, and I mean that in a very positive way. We love that Foundation is doing what they do, pushing this Stacks ecosystem forward and just getting ahead. But we don't always like the way things are happening, and we all have our own way of kind of perceiving things, and DeGrants allowed for that space to expand. I think the best thing that happened to DeGrants was that Stacks Foundation totally took their hands off of it in a good way. It allowed community members to come together, tell them that, make them feel that this is theirs. This is not something from the foundation. Yes, foundation is a capital allocator, resource allocator, but it is your funding. You do what you do with it. We're not worried about what metrics you're gonna hit, how many users you're gonna onboard. There'll be that, but the goal is to make people feel empowered, that make them feel that their comments, feedbacks count. They'll be integrated. You'll be heard. You have ideas. We have people that can support you. This is a step from 0 to 1. And then the other days I heard people talk about how you can come through DeGrants, go through a lab, Bitcoin Frontier Fund, and so on and so on. So this is the first step. And thank you for the foundation to bringing it back. And I'll just like my summary is like, let people handle it in the best way. I think foundation can lurk in the DeGrants spaces for like the debriefing later on. But yeah, I think the stewards will rise up. They will coordinate. Spaces will be there. People will submit applications. We'll have daily calls for like improving their applications, check on proof of works, and get the feel for what the needs are. And then I think we'll move from there. I'll keep it short, but thank you for making space for my comment. I'm super happy about DeGrants and where the stacks is heading. I love you all. Have a great day.
Awesome. So I guess now we're going to go into an intro on why cohort 3, what's new, and Hero and Ileana are going to walk us through that. So please take it away.
Yeah, sweet. And just a quick one before we go into that, just some the last comment there. I just want to kind of reiterate that the foundation won't be, taking control of this cohort. It's definitely still community, and we know that it thrives because of the community. So just a reassurance there. From what we'll jump into now is kind of what Hero and I have been talking about just based on the learnings. And we will test this in the next kind of part now, and then when we move forward, it's up to you guys to decide what you want to do. And when the stewards have been selected and when that kind of process happens, which we'll get into in a moment, of course, then it is stewards and community running that. But just to kind of, just to make sure you guys are aware, it's all on you, and we're excited for that. So I'll hand it over to you, Hero. Maybe you want to kind of little bit of an update or thoughts on the different tracks that we chatted about based on last cohort, and then curious what people think on those.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, like Ileana said again, I had a call with her at least like 2 times, and I just want to tell you guys, yeah, I think everybody at the foundation, in public or private, all understand, what's special about the DeGrants is about the community, and I have reassured them that it is something important to keep it decentralized, keep it transparent, is what I keep rehashing to people, with you guys or with anybody I come across. So make sure, you guys will be leading the new architect of the program design, so to speak. I think we've heard like what's good. So I do want people start thinking. I don't know if we can get through all the details on this call, but I think we probably got 80% of the architecture for DeGrants 3. Maybe there's like finer details, but I think do you want it to be similar to cohort 2? It's really in the hands of your decisions collectively, okay? And we are just here to support. I'll be here to support you guys, so all good. Okay, so let's get into. We had tracks before. Melanie, we started off like all mashed into one, and then we divide into tracks. I think majority of people like the divide in the tracks. I think it helped to concentrate the conversation, elevate the quality of the conversation. It allows people to identify their interests and come in and chat and pitch, and the right mentor there can help to help to facilitate the support system. So if we have like a creator track, so the creator track would consist of music, NFTs, and game.
Hero, I lost you.
Hello, am I back?
You're back.
I'm back. Okay, so creators track, me's, gamings, etc. Anything to do with creators. Maybe second track is DeFi toolings, DeFi plus tooling. So any like Devi stuff. I think we had a developers track, so it will be developer plus DeFi, blah blah blah. And the third track, communities and SocialFi. And the fourth track is blue sky. So actually, a good example is, I don't know what the community needs. I didn't know we need a deorganized media. It actually came out of a blue sky track. So I think it's still worth keeping some sort of blue sky going on. So these are the initial ideas of the 4 tracks.
I have a suggestion on that because I know that there's we're looking at maybe dividing the funding equally among those 4 tracks, but maybe it makes sense to just have the tracks set up, find stewards for those tracks, start having conversations about those tracks. Then when we start getting applications in, where are we getting more applications in? Where is there more need for funding? And then kind of collectively come up with how that's going to be broken down based on need from the applicants.
Jack? I don't know if he's on stage. Oh, Mel?
He is, but it looks like we can't hear you, buddy. You might be rugging.
I'll go first and then Jack can follow up. I just want to comment on that piece. We had this conversation when we kicked off cohort 2, when we split up into tracks. And my biggest concern with dividing the money up differently is that you might find, for example, we need more of one thing in the ecosystem, and so we get more applications for another thing, and then we say, okay, we're gonna. Basically, the short story of this is, instead of looking if we get 10 applications and they're all great in builders, we get 2 applications and they are not so great in NFTs, we then need to say to ourselves, okay, we need to actually put maybe a marketing budget into that side of the ecosystem. We end up with a top-heavy it's not balanced. And I think we need to fund everything in a balanced way. Also have people in builders saying, if they only get $5,000 and the NFT people get $20,000, the builders and all that side of the community are going to be like, hey, that's not fair. So I think we need to look at it, yes, split the funding equally, but then look at what the requirements are inside of those. Otherwise, the ecosystem doesn't grow in a balanced way. And maybe we need to put more marketing budget into one thing, or we need to tell the builders, listen, why don't you nip over to the creative side? Because you might not get money from building. The creators might need a music app. So let's try and shift the balance there. So that would be my comment. Sorry, I'm very long-winded. You might notice, people. Sorry.
I have experience with you in the past. But I don't disagree with your points there, Mel. But I think that I don't think that it's necessarily I'm not saying short NFT and artists, and I see that could be a concern because there's going to be a lot of demand for that kind of. There is an opportunity there for people, but I just think we have one resource, right? And that's to grow developers and projects, support all these different. But I don't know if hamstringing us into 25K for each track makes sense until we know what the demand is from the market as to need for that funding. We have a limited amount of funding anyway, so I'm sure we can in each track.
Let's hear from Jack and Happy quickly.
Mike, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Check it out, guys. This is just food for thought. I think that one of the things we should look at with DeGrants this go around is you can look at this 2 ways. Every project that comes through could fall in one of 2 categories. A stack's public good, or almost like an incubator for an accelerator. Okay, so a Stacks public good, a good example of that right now would be like the Stacks AI Guild, right? So you have like this place where it's this group of people who are all getting very good at AI at a time where that's very important for crypto that could give an edge to Stacks. So not only do you use funding to get this kicked off, but then someone within the AI Guild can go to teams and Stacks and be like, all right, look, do you need marketing? Do you need this? Do you need commercials? What do you need? And start getting funded. Okay. And I think there's more room for just the AI Guild there. They're just using that as an example. Whereas something like, Binyana's project would be, hey, this is like a great pre-accelerator to help someone really put their idea in motion and push it out there. And now if they need more funding, they've already proven a good concept. They've already got some practice. They've already made some networks. Oh, look, let's go to the Bitcoin startup. Let's go here or there. So I
Stats is
think,
king.
right, 100%. So like, I think we should be looking at the public goods aspect of this as kind of maybe a new angle, because you can take a lot of what it would be real organic community involvement and you can help foster it, which is a huge advantage for us in Stacks over literally everybody else. Okay. And I think that this is worth being a part of this cohort discussion and how this is going to work out, because you could have so much mentorship, you could have so much networking, etc. I just wanted to put that out there for some food for thought. Thanks.
Eddie?
Hey, Hero, then I'll go after Eddie.
I'm fine. I'm conscious of time, so I can pick it up another time.
Yeah, Zero?
Hey, good morning, everyone. It's great to see everybody. I love you guys and I love this program. And just seeing all the familiar faces and seeing everybody here today just brings back all these good memories of what we started with the cohort 1 and 2. There were a lot of lessons that we all learned from that whole experience. And I think the proof of work, the proof of contribution, minting these leaders. I know Jack talks about this, and Hero, you do a great job minting leaders in our ecosystem. We're going to see a lot of that. And then something that you were talking about, Jack, right now is one of the things I'd like to see is kind of like almost like this moonshot category, right, where it doesn't fit the box, but you may want to try something far out, something else that on the back end of this, where when we come together, we'll have a place. Zero Authority is going to facilitate a lot of this. And something I'm going to talk to Kenny about as well is the Ascent program, and the people coming through Ascent program, if they're coming to DeGrants, can we have some of that history? Can we provide a place where they have some of that history in their profile? And then also, once people start to finish the program, something we've really been wrapping our heads around, something we saw that worked extremely well, is because you have to come pitch your idea, you have to show up to a space, and that process helps you shape your idea and refine it a lot. People really love that. People feel like they're part of something bigger. And a lot of the people stay from that whole cohort 2 and be organized, right? You guys were a perfect example. You didn't really want a grant, didn't really have the refined idea. And then we saw people getting a grant like Trip. I know Trip and Monkey built out a really cool Rising Tide protocol. So we saw a lot of good things, but the most important aspect is we saw people stick around. From those early grant days back in 2021, we didn't feel a high number of builders, creators, and artists stick around after the programs. But now with this engagement model, where people come, they pitch, they learn who's leading the stewards and who's leading at the foundation and who are the leaders amongst the community. People tend to stick around because they feel a part of something bigger. That was a really good aspect. And some of the things that I want to do better and what we can all do better is after the program ends and people are still building, they're looking for that impact measurement, that encouragement to stick around and be a part of the community is something that we're going to be focused on. One of the things I will say, I know we're running short on time, is I don't think we should be limited by the categories. Let's get all the applications in. Let's see exactly how it shakes out. And we want all types. We don't want just builders or developers. We want, I think, you did a great job in GP bringing in artists and creators. I know Rubes has the Leo art program right now. I really love that. I want to incentivize people who feel like, you know what, I'm not a developer, but I see a place in Stacks for me, and I will be here and I will be showing up. I see that in Reese, right? Reese came through, Nieta and Mel were doing those early talks, and it became part of the DeGrants Cohort 1 and 2. And then people stuck around because they knew somebody in the community. And so a lot of that went really well. But then having a home on Zero Authority, and I know me and Hattie have been planning, James, Huddle Stacks, and Hero and Ileana have been
Zero.
planning a lot. So
Yeah.
I'll stop there.
Awesome. Yeah. No, I think just super quick. I want to just give people like an idea. Maybe the solution is to say, okay, cap a maximum proposal fund of maybe request to maybe around 5K to 7K or 10K max. And then you can invite all the different types of categories of ideas, and but there's a general cap there. Maybe it's a compromise. So, anyways, we can continue the discussion a little bit more later on. But yeah, let's go. Let's hand it to Ileana. Maybe you want to take the next section.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, super interesting stuff and kind of feedback and ways of moving forward. So curious how we can continue that part of the conversation before we kick things off. So kind of next discussion point for this was really when do we want to get started? Everyone's excited. We have the budget and we're ready to get going. I know the Zero team have been having some talks. We've been working on the back end there, and it's amazing and smooth and ready to go for cohort 3. So perhaps we can take maybe 10 minutes to go through and get everyone's feedback on timings for the next cohort before we really turn it over to a Q&A. We have some of the Stack team here and others that will be here until the end of the hour, so I just want to make sure that we do have time if there are Q&As, and then of course we can continue back into that for those that are available to stay on longer. So yeah, I mean, here you can also jump in when you want here. We were kind of thinking of perhaps opening more of that, spaces, DeGrants, Twitter pitching from the beginning of September for 2 weeks. And Mel, maybe you also have more to share here. And I know the last cohort you really worked closely with the applicants to kind of narrow down their concepts and really build out. And then maybe move into the actual applications through Zero Authority platform around mid-September, and then give those applications maybe a week or two, so we can really kick off with the screening from the stewards and all that good stuff, and get started by mid-October. So that's kind of something me and Hero have been chatting about, just based on what was done last cohort. But perhaps there's some different opinions or some learnings. So I'll open it.
I think the pitching could be the whole month, and when you open the Zero Authority application, say mid-September, you can still review that as you host the Twitter Spaces. The Twitter Spaces is probably one of the most key valuable part of the program. So I would probably even extend the opportunity for people to get together, whether it's just like existing people in Stacks get together, or it's new people, or what I found in the past was a lot of other ecosystems found out about Stacks because of the spaces. So I might tweak a little bit thinking about it, maybe do the spaces for the whole month, but from mid-September on, Zero Authority get up to scratch with the application intake, and then we can open that up for 2 weeks, and the stewards can review those applications as they host the Twitter Spaces. And what's good is people who apply the beginning of the mid-September, they can still have the opportunity to jump on Spaces to talk about what they already submitted, and could further that application. Can even refine that application further.
Sounds good. Hattie, do you have anything to add? Because I know you have a lot of good intakes and you haven't had a chance to talk yet.
No, it sounds good. So you're saying, so following on from Hero, to make sure it's clear. You're saying mid-September applications will start in Zero Authority. We still have another 2 weeks till the end of September. People can still refine there and pitch on open spaces. If spaces actually start.
I think beginning of September, like when I don't know what about the stewards. Eliana, do you know how long it would take the stewards to get stewards? How do you see that process? And if somebody's interested, how does one apply, and how are you gonna go selecting that? Maybe if you talk a little bit, then we will know when we will have the stewards in place, and then we will know when we can have the Twitter Spaces started officially. Let's say.
Yeah, so what we were looking at was to update the website on Monday for the student applications, and then process to last cohort, and perhaps you can jump into that a little bit more as to what that process looked like. That's the only question mark I have on the timing. A little bit too soon to start the applications for the actual September. Maybe it needs to be kind of the second or third week. So we have a little bit of time for the stewards to submit applications, identify kind of different areas of interest there, and get ready to kind of refuel this new cohort. So throw that back to you, because you guys are in charge, not me. What was your process last time? Kind of maybe Mel or somebody else that was
I think it was the actual application process was more like a month, right? Wasn't it open for about a month?
No, I can tell you exactly how it happened. We did it super decentralized. Basically, I just went to the community, picked them up, and I dictatorshiply in the US. Well, a bit of a joke, but actually it was more like, yeah, I know who are talents in the community. I went around and asked them like if they would like to be part of it, basically, and we sort of figured out who has time or who doesn't have time, and through that process, we came to our thing. But I think because instinct of selecting who their leads or co-leads are pretty good. Never had any contention, but there wasn't a process because back then it was a little bit voluntary based. I mean, it was all voluntary based, so it wasn't as big a like contention.
Right. The stewards.
Yeah, I think it's also important. It's also important to note it wasn't like had 100 applications for stewards, right? It was a lot of this was getting up off the ground. A lot of us just volunteered 100% for free as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think also just on that note, Hero,
the actual application for grantees. Am I rugging? I don't know if I can hear people or if it's me.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Go ahead, please, and then Mel.
Okay, I could hear you at the very end, Hero, but I didn't hear most of what you said. But the steward application, or we didn't have an application for stewards. What I was talking about was like the grant application process. Wasn't it more like about open for about 30 days?
No.
Can't hear it.
I think you can't hear. Let's go to Mel. Mel. Mel.
Yeah, I think with, exactly what you were saying. Listen, we're where we've community is not so massive, because you can kind of, if you take a step back, I think you can ask 10 people, and 10 people were pretty much look at how we very simply, easily chose the appointment committee and looking at the treasury committee. So we're very fortunate in being able to look at who the people are that have been here for the last 4 years and who have committed to and who want to build. But that list probably isn't so long, and I think for us to select those together as a community, all come together on spaces, even if we just split it up over the course of the week and we say, right, this is the creator space, we actually put the tracks out. Those people who are interested in that, a particular track can come in. We talk about who's been here, put some people forward, and get some voting done. I don't think that is such a mission, and I definitely think I'm very quick, 1 more minute. I don't think I think with the applications, very, very important, and a huge part of it was having those mentorship Twitter spaces. So I think the longer that we can keep those mentorship going on, we can do it for a month or two. We can find real proposal refinement. We're going to be able to market this out and grow this out, and I think particularly fourth one. Once we start looking at we saying on the website the new code happening in 5 months or 4 months, whatever. But I think the first one, that would be my thoughts.
Okay.
Thanks.
So just to make it quick, what we can do is we'll work with Diana and I, and whoever is interested in becoming stewards, I'll put like a little bit of a hot question for Diana, just because in the past I know there's always been like a little bit of a question of people a little bit burn out, so to speak. Like would the stewards have a possibility to be rewarded or compensated? Maybe that will help people to express the interest for the coming Monday.
So that's a great question, which I don't have an answer to right this second. If there is a desire or a request from stewards for that, I think that we can look into and come back and make sure that if there is an application process, everything is nice and tidily kind of laid out. So it's very transparent as to what you're putting in and what you're getting out. So let's say on Monday we can have kind of a clear understanding as to what that looks like. But right now I have not got an answer to that, but I do know, I'm aware that some people have asked that question, which also kind of takes me back to, I think, and again I can't force, but it might be nice to have that little bit of an application process rather than just deciding to host a space and jump in a little bit, just so that we have some timings. I'm sure projects that want grants want to have a date that they can get started, and that would be sooner rather than in 3 or 4 months time. So if maybe we put some thumbs up or some thumbs down, just based on kind of the back and forth here, so we can go to the next section. Does it sound interesting to do a week of applications for stewards with like a week of kind of chatting and then that's finalized, and then going into the actual DeGrants application spaces and that kind of part from the second week of September, just so that we can really kind of general community here. Sweet, I'm seeing some thumbs
Don't
up.
see any thumbs down, so I see a lot of thumbs up. I see a lot
Okay.
of thumbs up.
What stewards have that process first, just kind of ironed out a little bit, get those applications flowing in, and then we kind of generally have an idea who's going to be this group of people.
Yeah, and maybe let me just put a just what I always say to the community. I think of it as a little bit like a startup. If you got the wrong people in the startup, the startup wouldn't work. And the same thing is true for the DeGrants stewards, the team. Really, they are the super team. They are the A team. They care about the community. They help the community almost like full time, basically, during this period. So you really want the best people on the team, so that because it triggers down all the way to how it benefits the team, really deep down. So have a good stewards. It's an essential part of the program.
Awesome. Okay, then I think on that part we're clear, and we'll recap at the end, but we'll kind of have some updates there on Monday on the DeGrants website, and we'll have forms going out just so people are aware of kind of what it includes, and we make sure that everyone feels happy with that and the time and effort and what comes into it for them. We did want to take 10 minutes kind just to go into a Q&A. We do know that some people had comments, feelings, and make sure that people feel heard and seen. So we can maybe kick it off if you both think it's good into a little bit of a Q&A in case anything feels unclear or anything kind of not connected just yet. And then we can do a little bit of a recap as to like what's coming up next and keep everyone in the loop.
Perfect. Longstreet, he's got his hand. He's almost be getting tired. He's been up on holding his hand up. What's up,
I am
man?
literally sitting here with my hand up. Yeah. GM, everybody. So I just wanted to. I don't know if you guys did this in previous, but for anyone seeking granting, it would probably be really helpful to have a range of funding options identified. So like, what could you do on the low end? What would a lean version of the project be? What higher would be if the range is like 1K to 5K? Would 5K mean you can do it with improved production or make it happen faster to meet some deadlines? Articulating that range would help bring some legitimacy to your application, but also help just a more inclusive application and grants process.
Yeah, I do think that it would be good. Those kinds of structures. Although we don't want it to be too people ask for either. But I mean, obviously there's a cap. Can't 8,000 for this cohort, but make some criteria and just help the applicants with some know what to ask for.
Having some spotty connectivity on my end.
Yeah, I think site Q&A section. Do you guys do like a vote something?
I really like that Longstreet, and that's something I know as we've been talking about the program, and we say, well, let's put that kind of the line. It's not a hard cap. If you request 5,000, then you have to have this criteria. If you go above and beyond, well, then you have even more standards and requirements. But I think too, something we want to show in the platform, and the idea is to make all of this fully transparent, fully visible, and easy to go to. That's something in the past when we did the first 2 cohorts, it wasn't always well what application request was submitted, how much was that amount.
Hey GP, I think this stream is lagging. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm getting some heavy lag on my end too. Let me see if I can't refresh and connect back to it. Thanks for the heads up. Appreciate it. Here in a moment, we're going to be pivoting to bind to earn rounds with the Skullcoin BTC group. Yeah, we'll have Zenitron come on. The Game Master will be here, and then we'll
what they'll get based on what actually is available and what comes in. So we won't really know until we see what comes in for requests. Crypto dude, what do you got for
that's also a great point, Peace Love, that just because you request $100, that doesn't mean all of this stuff get auto approved. Thank you for pointing that out.
Hey, I was just curious about a couple things. The possibility for potential bonus funding or bonus fund matching based on community signal from the pool of money, whether that be allocated separately or not, or within the same, I'm not sure, but the goal is basically using the community signal to help, earn a bonus to your funding.
Let me put what CryptoDo is saying into practice. So it's a bit like, if there are 100 different projects, how do we know what is good or bad? Okay, so one way is to have your stake in the game. Let's say donate 1 STX to a project of your liking, or donate whatever amount, and then that stake in the game is a signal of a potential indicator of whether you believe that project actually has some will have some tractions, and that in other ecosystem, what they do is there's a pool of like money to match that fund to boost their eventual grant money.
Definitely an interesting concept. Maybe something that we could put a proposal in for a matching funds type of project down the line. But basically something where the community shows support for a specific project that comes out of DeGrants, they got funding, and then there's some kind of process to get them match funding.
Yeah, I mean, it's called DeGrants, so the community should be kind of having a large say in this, the funding decision, right? I mean, that's what this is all about. So also, I did have another question about the kind of the availability of the applicant data from an API standpoint. Will that be a thing? I would love to present some of the applicant data and help, get that integrated in BoostX and whatnot.
Yeah, I would love that. For the initial scope, we can make everything available through an API and build it out. And then you and I were talking about how can we make BoostX fully integrated to like the spaces and stuff like that. So happy to do that if we're ready to turn on the APIs and let you take it away from there. Let's do that, Crypto Dude.
Cool. You and CryptoDo get in the room and hash this out. I love to hear innovation. So yeah, next. And any last questions? Anybody?
We do need to wrap up
Yeah,
soon.
not-
Maybe Benyaya, last one?
Yeah,
But
not a
Nine just
question.
put it on stage. He was trying to get on for like 10 minutes, and also Zenny has his hand up too. But
Yeah.
I know we got to wrap really quick.
Yeah, I'll be quick. It was a point I wanted to share earlier about like how do we allocate funding for different categories. We could base it on based on like how many applications we get each category, and then capital can be proportional to the proportional amount of applications we receive. Say if we get 40% DeFi, 20% NFTs, and things like that, I think it's a reasonable way to think in those terms. But other than that, excellent discussions. I'll yield. I think Zenitron can go next.
Zenny,
Hi,
quick word.
Yeah, I am quick. Like first yours should be an AI. It's obviously the times are changing. You have to understand that AI is improved from DeGrants to a lot. People not objective and nobody is perfect. So stewards should just help this evaluation. Second thing, we need like the quality, not quantity. We don't need 500 projects, just $500 each. And third thing, you have to learn how to reject to people because like it's important. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Mel, have your hands up?
I think we might not have time for more questions just based on this, but maybe Mel,
Yeah, do you want to share next step? Oh, sorry.
I just wanted to, the last thing, it's just a sentence. I just wanted to say there was somebody talking about it, but I think in terms of giving out the money to people, I think somebody might want to build a website and they might come in and say they want $1,000, and another person might come in and say they want to build a website. It's very similar. Let's just say similar, but not in the same categories and nothing to do with each other. They might ask for $5,000 to build their website, and another person asks for $1,000. I think what Zenny's saying about AI, I think we need to teach them to use AI to look at what realistic budgets they should hand in. So I think teaching a little bit of entrepreneurship, I said it in the beginning, I love the idea of match funding, but I think people need to understand how how to plan realistic budgets and how to value their work properly.
Yeah, just super quick example. I knew that in the past we receive application for like website to build 5K, whereas I know I can get Blockface to spin up the exact same prototype website for like $0. So anyway, Ileana, do you want to share maybe the quick next steps?
Yeah, and great one, Mel. I think something that just on that one quickly, we were discussing maybe bringing some judges in as well to help, not judges, sorry, mentors to help as well. So I think giving some advice and support there from like an entrepreneurial standpoint also works. And on that point, we can talk about that on the next spaces. The organized team will be following up with that. We can chat more on stewards and mentors specifically. In the meantime, keep an eye out on the DeGrants website. We'll have updates for that on Monday for the stewards application. And I just posted in the chat here a forum. So there was a few questions on general Stacks grants that perhaps weren't so relevant to DeGrants specifically. If there are any grants or any programs you want to see that aren't happening right now, that's the place to put it. So we will be following up again with it, but yeah, take a look in the chat and you'll see it there. So definitely get your feedback over. That's all from my side. I don't know if there's anything I'm missing, Stephen or Hero. Pass it back to you.
No, I just dropped that in the nest at the top, so easy for people to find. That conversation is for all grants on Stacks. So if you're looking for more outside of DeGrants, that's community-based development. I want to reiterate, thank you everybody for your time. And thank you, Ileana, everyone that turned out. This is a great more integration, more connectivity in the ecosystem. I think this is a great first step. I do want to shamelessly plug, we will have late find to earn rounds starting shortly right after the space on the live stream. And we'll have more to come as far as spaces and stuff for covering DeGrants moving forward. Thank you all for your time today.
Was
any
this
last
recorded?
words?
Yeah, was this recorded?
It looks like this was not recorded, actually.
Can we make sure that we record them from now on?
Yes, we will absolutely make sure we record the spaces for this moving forward.
It was recorded on Deorganized.
Glad this one wasn't recorded.
Although it was actually live streamed on Deorganized, so there is a record of it that can be referred to.
Also, I took some notes, so yay.
Excellent. Anything else before we wrap it up?
No, just a big thank you from my side and looking forward to the next one. Cheers.
Awesome. Thank you, Ileana. Thank you, everyone. Hero, Mel, Hattie, Dude, Kenny, Benai with the inclusion, Longstreet with great suggestions, Zero with all sorts of great contributions and stuff in the background. We have a very, very strong community, and I am super bullish on Stacks always. So you all have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. There's lots of spaces, by the way. Bitcoin Pepe space at 11, Bitcoin and Beyond at noon. Lots of stuff going on afterwards. So BNS space at 1 with Darth Dude. Get out and support the ecosystem. There's lots going on all the time. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
I'm back.
Beautiful.
Am I back?
You are back. The bad man's back. What's going on?
I think that went well. I'm encouraged. I mean, I know it's still kind of like it'll be what we make of it as a ecosystem, as a community. But
right.
I think that there's a lot of great groundwork has already been done, and excited about the future of DeGrants, to be honest with you. And we have Hero Gamer joining us. What's up, Hero?
Let's go.
What's up?
What's going on?
What are you doing here?
Just Stacks Dictator, what up?
What up?
stack. Dictator made a good point, dude.
Yeah, I think that went well. What do you think, Hero?
Yeah, a little bit rushed, but only because there's a lot of logistics to be worked out, and you cannot get those done in 1 hour.
Right.
And there was only 1 hour on that space, so I think just need more time to hash, because to have a fully fledged program like that, it takes a lot of details. If I just replicate exactly what was done before, it would be easier, but some things gotta improve and change or edit it. So
yeah, I agree. So we are going to run a late version of Find to Earn rounds, and I actually see the Game Master is here. Let me just.
I didn't understand what Zenitron was talking about AI. What did he
He
mean
was
by
saying that. Well, let's ask him. Let's ask him.
GM Mortals.
What were you talking about, Zenitron? AI regarding AI.
I mean, like AI should help stewards a lot. So we should evaluate all the projects through AI using ChatGPT 5 thinking, using Gemini, using all of top AIs to understand the projects. Because like you cannot understand innovation if you are not on the same level. First of all, like you cannot understand iPhone if you are just in Nokia era.
So I think it's good to have that, but at the same time, at the end of the day, any submission, there's a person behind it. You can have two exactly written proposals with two different person behind it, like completely different, and two different founders, and you cannot assess the person behind it unless you talk to that person. So I would say AI helps part of it. It's like assistance, but it cannot take over the evaluation. You need a human
sure. I agree.
to know the founder. Like, for example, if somebody submit a Scoutcoin business plan, not Zenitron, somebody else, it's gonna execute the plan very differently to you. And the commitment, the consistency, you don't know that through paperwork. So the only way to know that is through proof of work and through getting to know the person.
Yeah, I agree as assistant, but it's important just because like times are changed. When I applied to DeGrants 2, I worked with ChatGPT 3, and it was a week really, but now it's stronger.
I do think incorporating AI into the process is a no-brainer, and it's definitely going to be more functional than it was a year ago when we did this. I could keep this conversation going. I do want to get the Find to Earn rounds over, and we have both Zenny and I have the marketing working group meeting at 10:45, so we have about just a little over half an hour to get their game rounds done. But I would love to do. Hero, do we want to talk more about this on the SIP show tomorrow?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes, we can. Yes.
We definitely should talk more about this.
Maybe not like the whole part of it, but yeah, a little bit is fine. I think it's up to Ileana to lead like the next official conversation. I think we could have a synchronized conversation somewhere.
We're going to actually be hosting those moving forward. She wanted us to host it on Deorganized for today, but she had already set up the space. But she wants us to actually take the lead on those anyway.
You mean like the DeGrants spaces?
Yes.
So yeah, so we need to work out when
that's going to be, and honestly, I think different times too. I don't think the same time every week or the same times of every day, because different people have different access and stuff. Like Crypto Dude might not be awake at 9 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. He worked all night. He coded all night. That's why he was available this morning. So I think we'll balance it with the needs of the ecosystem and all of that, and I'll coordinate with Ileana on it. But there will be more spaces as well. But I think it's a no-brainer to talk about this on the SIP tomorrow,
because you need to make so the dates are, if you want to start hosting spaces beginning of September, you gotta have all the stewards like in place.
Well, we don't necessarily have to host all of the spaces on Deorganized. I would imagine that some of them will just be the stewards
Yeah.
hosting those spaces. That's not. I don't see it happening that way.
It's
But
a
she
little bit
wants to do it.
easier
Yeah.
logistically because
Yeah.
that person will spin up the spaces.
Right. That makes the most sense from that perspective. But just as a general, from Stacks, DeGrants hosted spaces, like all employees or all DeGrants spaces, like where everyone's involved, she wants that to go through deorganized.
Yeah.
But
Anyways,
we do have another amazing episode of Find to Earn up for our friends. Do we have? What do you want to start with today, Zenny?
Let's play. Show this picture and we start. And we play like full madness. We play very fast. Be ready, everyone.
All right, let's see. We're gonna play very fast today, guys. It's gonna be fast rounds. I hope you are ready.
You have 30 minutes, mortals. Otherwise, you will be late.
That's right. You guys get in here, share out the live stream. First rule of Find to Earn: share out the live stream. And you only get this advantage if you are tuned into the live stream. You get early access to the first image. First round is for Bob on Stacks. You're going to be looking for this construction site, and the Game Master will launch that round momentarily.
And we are launching this one, and the logo on Ethereum on the ground you see, like we're launching 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. This is open game. You have to find this location, and we play 2 white lists. We will add you the general, okay? And we maybe play simultaneously games because we have marketing call. We push in our ecosystem together with Peace, Love, Music, GP, Melanie, Trehana, and Hero.
All right, so we're looking for that construction site where we are flattening out that Ethereum because we don't need it anymore because Stacks is where it's at. And I'm going to drop in. Usually
like and repost the games and repost the stream. The more viewers, the bigger game, the bigger prizes. We play non-zero sum games with you. Play together, grow together.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, we have a lot of players who found it, and the first was DJ and Hash.
All right.
Congrats.
Get back to the Skullcoin page. We are on the Skullcoin page waiting for the next rounds. There will be 2 whitelist rounds dropped simultaneously. So, sir, do we want to drop the whitelist rounds and then maybe right away after that drop the next open round?
Yeah, let's make the full madness. No problem. You know, I'm just born in chaos. I can do whatever I like.
What's up, Fikri? Hawaida actually asked yesterday. Hope we can get you on the whitelist for today, but if not soon. We've been very busy in the ecosystem lately, so if we haven't been able to actually get you on there, we apologize.
Yeah, if you want to be in whitelist round, drop your username in chat on deorganized.media because we don't see your username. We see like your name.
Right. If you drop it in the live chat, we can't add you as easily as if you drop it.
Drop your username, not your name. The general, right. I don't know even your username.
Right. So drop your @ handle, sir, if you want to be added.
Okay, I found this guy. Okay, we launch whitelist rounds right now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. The first round is.
Let's go.
Playing right now. And the second round. Trehana can play both rounds.
Oh, Trehana's in.
New players.
Like and share the game rounds.
Yes, sir.
I only got the Rue, so we got Bob on Stacks. We got Rue coin up for grabs. 1,000 Rue coin. And where? Oh, I think I got the wrong thing here. Why am I only got the Rue. There. All right. So we got Rue and Leo whitelist rounds. These are for our new players. If you want to be on the whitelist round, drop a comment below one of the game rounds or below the live stream. You guys do need to make sure you share, like, and share the live stream. It's very important. It helps us grow and reach a broader audience. And this is the link right here for the live stream. It's on every game round. So there's no excuse for not sharing out the live stream. It's that easy. That's it. That's all it takes. You just gotta do it
I
one
don't see the
time.
comment on under the second round.
What's that?
Okay, the Leo round winner is Nolo Think. He won before. Let me check one more thing. Oh no, like the winner is actually the new player, Denise.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, Denise.
We love when new players winning.
Let's go. That's awesome. We're going to sponsor a BNS name for that person as well. Congratulations and welcome to Find to Earn. Welcome to Deorganized and welcome to Stacks.
Okay, we start the droid game right now. Get ready.
All right, get
We
back.
have to find the graffiti. We play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. This is open round. Everyone can play.
Come on, it's gone.
Hyundai.
We're Russian today.
You got it right this time, GP. Hyundai.
Hyundai. Like?
Zoo. Hajime.
Hajime.
Hajime mashite.
Oh, that's too many syllables for me to remember.
Yeah, that's Japanese.
Hajime. These languages actually they have a lot of emotionally involved. So it depends how phonetically you say the words.
Ah, really? So, like, the emphasis means different stuff?
In some Asian languages, yeah. Okay, seems like only one MS is the winner of this game.
All right. Only one MS. I wonder what the MS stands for. Is it MicroStrategy or Microsoft?
Maybe
Microsoft.
It's Miss. Like, okay, Madam.
Yeah, it's Miss with times.
Microsoft sounds like a grower, not a shower. Ah.
Let's see what you did right there.
Okay, let's play some crazy games. Now let's go and play the God Pepe. Are you ready to find the Pepe? You have to find some gods.
We are ready, sir.
We start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Hajime.
Let's go. Hajime.
Hajime.
So, like, I believe in martial arts, Hajime sounds so cool. Like, I mean,
The Shepherd Pepe. Guys, don't forget 11 a.m. That is in about 40 minutes is the Bitcoin Pepe Touch Grass space. Be there. Great crew, great vibes. Much love for Mark, the founder. He's always just a good dude, contributing in the ecosystem and a longtime supporter of Find to Earn rounds, amongst many other things going on in our ecosystem. So show some love to Bitcoin Pepe today. Get out to their space.
find the Pepe. Come on, mortals. We have no time.
I got the wrong
I
one.
need this paper in another world. Okay, let me prepare the next game.
Wait, you guys didn't know that the Game Master doesn't have these all ready to go when he starts? All right, where could this be?
Maybe we'll fill it somewhere.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah.
We still have no winner. Chill game, yeah. Okay, anyways, like I launched the next game just for fun because I can right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
I love it.
I did it.
Was that Hana? Hana does it. Hana can come play. Hana
Yeah.
can do everything. He can do everything. He can be the game master. He can be the AI dictator.
Imitating the game master right here, the laughter. Ha, 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 ha.
Okay, the
He laughs
winner
like the
is
final
Grade 1.
boss.
The winner is the Grade 1 of this game. We're playing AI agent game.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go. Get back to the account, fam. There was another round launch. We got STX AI going. I don't know if somebody found that Pepe or not. It looks like somebody found it. We do have a winner, the great one. Oh yeah, you said that. You just said that.
Yeah, we have a winner for the next game is Isaac.
Congrats.
I
He's
didn't
just faster than Winnie for 5 seconds.
Let's go. Man, you guys are too fast. Congratulations, Isaac. I don't feel bad for Winnie because she wins all the time. So, good job, Winnie. I know you'll get it next time.
Okay, let's play 2 games simultaneously.
All right, let's do it.
Completely madness.
I like it this way, actually. I think this is a
maybe
great...
we have just a Flat Earth game before jackpot. Okay, let's play Flat Earth game, and after like jackpot game will give you 3 minutes. So we rush so fast we can just we can get NT before the marketing call. Easy game. Okay. Flat Earth game. Flat view. You have to find exact location, exact view. We start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Flat Earth. Go get you some flat token.
Why so slow, hunters? It's on starting location. Let's go. Just go forward. Yeah, that's a fast, dynamic game. I like it because like people just playing very fast. The winner is Father Abraham.
Yeah,
like
I like it
okay,
like
we
this too.
21, like he's just a faster little bit faster, little bit luckier.
All right, get back for the jackpot round, guys. Jackpot will be launching shortly. Let us know in the comments if you like this fast pace. I actually love it. I think this is actually a more fun way to play. I know it's a little chaotic, a little fast paced, but I like the
Yeah, it's hard for new players, but I believe for our regular players it's pretty good already.
I think so. I think it is. It's good for
Because like people loves like these madness emotions because it's like you feel you're alive. Not me,
Right.
but you.
Darth liked the fast pace.
Okay, nice. Yeah, the more madness on stream, the better. The entertainment.
What did I do? I went into my...
Are you ready for the last game? Let's start. You have to find the lost seed phrase. We give you like 3 minutes, maybe 4. Depends on piece.
Yeah, we can do 4 minutes.
Okay.
We'll do 3 minutes. We'll do 3 minutes. Then we'll drop a clue and give them 2 more. We can go a full 5, and that'll give me like 10 minutes to maybe make sure I had the rest of my.
Okay, let's go.
The marketing group.
Can you count down, please?
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good luck, hunters.
Let's go.
Get it. Oh.
Yeah, I want really to launch our game maybe on Monday, maybe on Tuesday. So let's drop to tomorrow like the free NFTs.
All right, I'm down for that. Let's go.
Fun.
Anyways, we will discuss with you like with GP when better to launch. Maybe we stream this launch on DeOrganized together.
Oh, 100%. If you whatever you guys need, we're always down. We want to help in any way we can. Love what you're doing with Skull Coin. Been a fan since before it went main launch, and I love seeing you grow. And I love.
Yeah, we want to make sustainable things like like fine tune but on chain, something for on chain game because fine tune is cool. Like we'll have all airdrop hunters soon, but we want to move forward and in parallel to make really on chain things.
I like it. All about finding ways to use stacks. And
yeah, we should use stacks, not only just like this, in different ways.
Right. More on-chain functionality is coming.
Okay, who will find the lost seed phrase with bitcoins? We give you like 3 minutes more.
Oh, did someone win yesterday?
Yeah, Winnie.
That's right. Winnie won the jackpot yesterday. So we don't have a clue today.
Yeah, it's a small town, and we give a lot like the view. Maybe somebody will be lucky. If not, we just move tomorrow because we want to make like the bigger jackpot, but in the same time we keep a fair competition for everyone.
These houses look like they're from Zimbabwe, so I see it's Lesotho, right?
Yeah, it's some like African country city.
Oh, I'm not even
Okay,
sharing.
1 minute more. If there will be no winner, we drop coordinates and we move the price tomorrow. I like when jackpot games completely different and see the fair competition. I believe if even the prizes will be like $100, there will be no people who trying to solve this by AI, because it's a lot of budget to build, like I believe 100k bucks, 200k bucks to build any like AI thing that analyze the images. It's too expensive.
Yeah, there's not enough demand for that kind of expense. You know?
Yeah, and these people should understand we can just redraw image completely.
Right. If they actually did find a way, we could make it harder for them anyway, so it wouldn't work.
Okay, we have 3 answers from different players, and I'm just checking if somebody will find it. But seems like not. No,
All right.
it's a different,
Honestly,
like,
that's it. That's our 5 minutes right there, sir. If you want to drop the coordinates, if we don't have a winner,
doing it right now. So seems like we have no winner. Let me check last. No, we have no winner. So the price will go as tomorrow, hunters.
All right. Awesome. Another awesome episode of Find to Earn. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in to watch the DeGrants Cohort 3 launch space we covered here live. And thank God we did, because we did not record that space, but there is a record of that conversation. So people can refer to it by watching this show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for participating, always showing up. Thank you, Zenny, for doing this for us on the every day, giving us these opportunities to play. Thank you, Mel, GP, Hunna, for always coming in, having our back, and getting us on the shows. I do got to jump. I got a meeting coming up in like 10 minutes, and I got to get some stuff done before I get to that meeting. But I love what we're doing here. I love what's going on in our ecosystem. Bitcoin Pepe at 11, Bitcoin and Beyond at noon, the BNS space at 1. I think All Things Crypto is the last thing. I don't know if there's anything between the 1 o'clock and All Things Crypto, so you guys might actually have a break today. But thank you all for tuning in. GP, any last words?
Yeah, we're so early, it hurts, and our future's so bright that we need shades. Join the Stacking Down Zest Discord. Get into the Deorganized Discord. Get activated. Support the community. Get out there and participate. Right. This is a decentralized, permissionless, trustless, orderless society. Get out there.
Get out there and participate. And if you're looking for an opportunity to contribute as a leader, we're looking for volunteers for DeGrants Cohort 3. Get involved. And if you have projects, start getting involved in those conversations. If you need a little bit of funding, there might be some opportunity for you there. Thank you all for tuning in. I am Peace Love Music. We are Deorganized Media, coming at you live on Bitcoin Live, decentralized broadcasting every Monday through Friday at 8:30 a.m., bringing you news, information, games, alpha, projects, demos, everything we can that might give you some value, so that you can help make your own decisions, do your own research. Thank you all for tuning in today. You all have a blessed day. Peace out.